Check 1 2 3 1 2 3. Check 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 1 2 3. It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 in West Salem. And Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Now let's go courtside with KQEG's Rick Wilson and Terry Erickson. It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. The high school. And good evening, everybody, and welcome to West Salem High School. Tonight, a Cooley Conference battle between the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. Hi, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson tonight, bringing you the action from here, West Salem High School. Looking at these two teams briefly, Terry, they look relatively equal here, I think. This could be a pretty big battle tonight.
It could be. You know, when you look at teams, you always look at who the difference makers are, who the players that shine, who the players that take the rest of the team on their back and ride them into the sunset. Well, both teams have difference makers. Both teams have players that accept the responsibility of being a senior, being a leader, and being in a high-profile position. For Westby, Ryan Daines. We read about him during the football season. Cooley Conference Player of the Year, and hopefully will be playing at UWL. A senior averaging 16 points a game. Unselfish, loves to be coached, and the ball goes through Ryan Daines. For West Salem, they have their own leader in Malachi Athnos. You and I worked a game here last month when the Panthers hosted the Knights of Luther. And Malachi Athnos did such a good job of taking the team on his shoulders. And I mentioned that back then that the Wisconsin Sports Network identified him as a key guard in the state of Wisconsin during this particular season. So he's got to play well again, and he's averaging 17 points a game. And he has done all the things that the coaching staff have asked of him during the season. Both of them have those key difference makers.
Well, West Salem comes in here tonight 3-2 in conference, third behind GET and Westby, 5-7 overall. They're averaging 60 points a game. Most recently, they lost a squeaker to GET, 54-53. That was a close one.
Boy, I read about that in the paper too, and that was a tough loss. And sometimes those emotional losses, and in talking to their head coach, by the way, Steve Kastenschmidt, who I've known for many, many years, he said that was a tough loss because that was a game they thought they had won, and then a three-point shot at the buzzer by Thompson took them out of the game. So that was emotional. After a big win over Melrose Mindoro, who's awful tough, that was on December 28th.
Yeah.
But so they've lost 4 of their 5 games in the last month. So this will be a game where they need to play a lot better than they did in their last month or so.
Well, Westby comes in here tonight 7-3 overall, 3-1 in conference. They've beat Viroqua. They did play GET once, I think, and they beat GET too, didn't they?
They lost to GET by 6.
That was the one they lost? Okay, that's 3-1. Bob Constantly, certainly a guy we know, been coaching this team for a long time. And as you mentioned, Daines, one of their leading scorer, when they played Aquinas, he hit a high record that game of 26 points just in one game.
Well,
so
you mentioned Bob Constantly, a close friend of mine, and been at Westby for 29 years. Went to the state tournament a couple of times. His 32nd year of being a head coach, and I had the privilege of being inducted into the WBCA Hall of Fame 2 years ago, and Bob Constantly was inducted at the same time. So our friendship really goes back to that. But you mentioned their record of 7-3, and their 3 losses they've lost by a total of 15 points. So they're right there at the end in every single game. Yeah. When I look at their loss to Bangor in the Westby tournament, 54-50, that was a game that they lost without 2 key players. Gluck, who's averaging 9 points a game, Alex Gluck, a senior, and and Sam Strangstein, their hot three-point shooter, who's been injured for the last 3 games, Rick, and should return next week when they host Royal on Monday. But so, they've been right there all the time, and they're having a typical Westby year with Bob Consley as the head coach.
Well, and West Salem, I believe they played Bangor, and I think they beat Bangor, didn't they?
West Salem did play Bangor back on the early December and got beat 74-68, so they were right there too.
Right? They were right there to the end too, absolutely. And that was another game that Athno scored 26 points on, another big night for him. So it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight. But let's talk about it. What are keys to the game? What do you think it's going to take for these two teams tonight?
Well, I think emotionally, from the head up, will be a big part of the way the West Salem Panthers play. Reflecting back to the game we worked, which I mentioned against Luther, I thought West Salem had too many unforced turnovers. And they let Luther get back in the game after they dominated them in the first half. But they just really had some peculiar turnovers. That's one thing against the pressure defense that Westby will bring. Number 2, how they will attack the various fronts that Westby poses. 2-3 zone, 1-3-1 zone, man-to-man. So how they adjust when those changes occur. And for Westby, I think how they will be able to handle, I think, a bigger team. Will they be able to rebound inside? Their biggest rebounder is a guy that plays multiple positions. We talked about Ryan Daines at only 6'2". West Salem has some big players inside, particularly Joey Hauser, Mitch Dunham, a good rebounder too. So rebounding inside will be another key factor. And then finally, I think shooting percentage and shot selection. West Salem likes to shoot, likes to slice, and likes to take the ball to the basket, and Westby more of a perimeter shooting team. Who shoots the best shots, the best percentage, will be the third factor, I think.
From the standpoint of height, Hauser 6'4", Foreman 6'4", Westby nobody really that tall, 6'2", 6'2". Do you think that's going to make a difference tonight?
It could, but sometimes size is misleading. It depends upon your effort, your heart, how you go after 50-50 balls, how you position. So I'll take a smaller kid like a Ryan Daines at 6'2" before I choose a 6'6", 6'8" guy that really doesn't aggressively go to the boards.
All right, well, we've got a good game coming up, folks. I hope you'll stick around to watch it with us. Right now, we'll take a little break, and then we'll be back in just a few moments. You're watching the High School Game of the Week on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. It's Westby.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah!
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson. We're just about ready to get underway here. Tonight, we will introduce you to the starting lineup, starting with the Westby Area High School. We mentioned Bob Constantly, the coach. Number 2 is a 5'9" senior. That's Hunter Ward. Number 4 is a 6-foot senior. That's Griffin Grass. Number 5 is a 5'11" senior. That's Alex Gluck. Number 13 is a 6'2" junior. That's Joe Armbruster. And number 21 is a 6'2" senior. That's Ryan Daines. Again, Bob Constantly, the coach, Vernon Daines, the assistant coach.
Expect Evan Nelson, Devontae Spears, Hudson Lipsky to get a lot of playing time too, Rick.
And for the West Salem Panthers, number 3 is senior Malachi Athnos. Number 5 is senior Mitchell Dunham. Number 11, a junior. Number 10, rather, a junior Josh Hauser. Number 20, a senior Tyler Marcoux. And number 22, a senior Trenton Foreman.
I think we'll see Casey Tarjack, Healy, and Austin Severe, too, who had a great deep football season. David Latos was one of the key players as a returning starter from last year. David Latos, a junior, and hasn't played all season long due to an injury, and it's questionable whether he will play the rest of the season.
I remember the name Latos very well from, I believe he had a sister that played here too, didn't
you? Sure, you got a good memory, my friend. As Cole Passy, Charlie Ely, and Ryan DeLong working this Cooley Conference game.
All right, we are underway. Charlie Ely, of course, the athletic director from Onalaska.
Yeah, graduated here, by the way.
Sure.
Does that make any difference?
I think I recognize his dad.
His dad is the head baseball coach.
Exactly.
Oh, we got a 3 right away.
Right away. Wow, put in there by number 10, Josh Hauser.
Yeah, Josh Hauser can play inside and out, and averaging 12 points a game, 73% free throw shooter. So don't foul him if it comes down to the end of the game.
Gosh, no. So 3-0, West Salem starts it out. We're just getting underway here, folks, at West Salem High School, Westby Norse and the Panthers.
Yeah, the Norsemen with Bob Consley with 451 wins in a career. What do you think of that?
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Just an off-balance shot, too, by number 13. Not a good shot by Joe Armbruster, averaging 9 points a game.
Outside they go. There's a shot from outside. Oh, an air ball thrown up there, and the rebound comes to Daines.
Well, I remember we shot an air ball back in my days. We would be in the bench pretty quick. Be like, reposition your shot, Terry. you got to hit iron at least.
And underneath, Daines puts one up, and he'll get 2.
He's the key. Everything goes through him. We talked about that in the pregame. He accepted his responsibility in football, and it's carrying over during the basketball season.
Oh, almost lost it. It is lost out of bounds. Charlie says that went out. Josh Hauser trying to save it, not quite able to.
You know, we talked in the pregame, too, about unforced turnovers. There's an example, Rick, of just a turnover that you do. It's a mental turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, handle the
not
ball better
something
than
caused
that.
by the offense or the defense.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how Westby can do with it now as they bring it around. Ward sends it across, and the shot up by Grass doesn't go. Rebound comes to the Panthers.
Grass has accepted his role as an outside shooter, too, with strengths to lean out.
Nice. An attempt at a three-pointer again by Hauser. That one didn't go. 3-2 our score.
No offensive rebounds the last 2 possessions, and a turnover and a shot resulted in the ball back to the red jersey Norseman.
Hunter Ward once again. There's the shot now. It goes up and in that time. Griffin Grass, I believe.
Well, we talked about him in the beginning of the game, about his three-point shooting. He's really stepped up, averaging 11 points a game, the 6-foot senior.
West Salem will work it around the outside. They go inside with it. Shots up, and there we go. There's 2.
If you trail behind the cutter, That's what's going to happen.
Trenton Foreman putting it in for 2, and our score now 5-5.
Foreman had one tremendous football season.
Out of bounds.
Ryan Daines, a 6'2 senior, having to play inside more than perhaps he'd like because of the lack of size.
Tied up at 5 apiece. Doesn't go. There's the rebound for the Panthers. They push it down quickly to Foreman. Foreman underneath puts it up. No, it gets knocked away. They say out of bounds. I think Foreman wanted a foul on that one.
I think, yeah, he should have went up with a little quicker and used a shot fake, but the ball got knocked out.
Stay Panther ball. Athnos got it. Oh, up top they go. There's another shot for 3. Nope, not going to happen. Marcoux trying to see if he can put it down.
Marcoux getting a lot of playing time with Latos not in the lineup. Marcoux, a senior, averaging 6 points a game.
Ooh, underneath the Daines, he puts it up, doesn't go. He gets his own rebound, puts it up. No, again, it doesn't go. Saves it from going out of bounds, but he saves it for Harris. Oh, excuse me, saves it for Dunham. Over to Hauser, now back to Dunham again. Hauser for 3. He's going to try it again. Not that time. Whoa. He gets the ball, but he's standing out of bounds. I think he looks down at his feet and goes,
like,
oh,
what am I doing over there?
I'm out of bounds. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have to use the cough button here a little bit tonight. I think I'm battling a cold, and we got a doubleheader tomorrow.
Okay, it's right there.
There you go. We have a doubleheader tomorrow. I got to be ready for it.
Oh, big game tomorrow.
Oh, boy, is that going to be a fun game.
Athnos throws it out of bounds.
He's another unforced turnover.
Yeah, it just seems like West Salem not getting into a real rhythm here yet. See if they can pick it up a little bit.
Second-year head coach Steve Kastenschmidt doesn't like those foolish turnovers. Panthers in a man-to-man.
Here's Daines now again with the ball. Back to Harris. Oh, nope, that's not Harris. That's Peterson. Armbruster. Boy, I got to get my numbers correct here. That's Armbruster. Back to Harris now. Cross court it goes to Daines. Daines will look for a way to get nice feed inside, but it gets knocked away.
Good entry pass.
Harris knocks it away. 5-5, still hung up at that score, tied up here. Daines gets the inbound pass. Oh, he wanted to. Grass thought about it. Here's Armbruster. To Harris. And they come around to Nelson. There's the shot up, and there it is. 3-pointer for Grass.
Yeah, Grass, the 6-foot senior, looks smooth from the outside. Got to close out on him.
8-5, Westby taking a 3-point lead. See if the Panthers can respond. They go inside to Foreman. He kicks it back out. Hauser.
Yeah,
Hauser took a couple extra steps. Turnover.
Don't hurry your way in anything in life. Just take your time. Good things will happen. When you hurry, you typically make a mistake, and that mistake was a traveling call.
Another turnover, like you mentioned, that was unforced, I believe you called it.
Yeah, well, there's been 3 of them early in this game.
Yep. Here's Harris with the ball for Westby. Gets it inside. Shots up. Daines puts it in. No basket, they say.
Oh,
no
boy.
basket. Foul on the floor before the shot.
Ooh, the rule is imminent. Gather. That should have counted. Well, you do that. You make that kind of call in college where you don't honor the move and the shot. You're in trouble.
2 fouls on Dunham now, and Westby keeps the ball. Pass comes into Harris. Harris goes to the top there with Nelson. Shots up by Armbruster. He's got 2.
I like Armbruster at 6'2", junior, averaging 9 points a game, and that was a well-designed baseline out-of-bounds play.
10-5, our score now. Westby opening up a 5-point lead.
Good team spent a quality time working on out-of-bounds plays.
Athnos, there it is.
I like that. Couldn't shoot the ball from the left side, so he keeps going to the right with an extra dribble and makes a difficult field goal.
10-7. And Athnos, their leading scorer, they need to get the ball in his hands.
They sure do.
Because he hasn't touched it much. I think that may have been his first shot tonight, as a matter of fact.
It was just a bad read that time by Grass.
Out of bounds.
not on the same wavelength. Ryan Daines, his father, Vernon Daines, is the assistant coach, longtime assistant coach for the Norsemen, was the head coach at Viroqua.
Austin Seaver in the lineup, if I got that pronounced right.
Sevier?
Sevier, sorry. Armbruster, nice move.
Nice using his body, Rick. He used his body to shield the defense, which good players do, so you can't get it blocked and a field goal.
Wow, Malachi Athnos for 3.
Well, he heard you say you haven't shot yet. You got to get in the game, and he did just that. Not much of a loft on his shot,
no.
but an early, quick release.
12-10 now.
Makes it hard to block shots that are quick out of the hands.
Westby ahead by 2. Ooh, the feed hits somebody on the foot, goes out of bounds. Stays Westby ball. Comes in as Harris. Here's Lipsky in the lineup now for Westby. 5'10", freshman Hudson Lipsky.
Yeah, we expect him to see a lot of playing time. Had a great year, as you said, a freshman, 5'10".
Back to Harris for 3, and no, off the back of the rim it goes. Rebound comes to Daines, though. Daines back out to Lipsky. He'll take the 3. No, off the front of the rim this time. Rebound to West Salem. And Athnos brings it down for the Panthers. Nice pass. Athnos for 3. He's got it.
And just not really good defense that time by Galuk, who's got to stretch out and put a hand in the face of Athnos. And the two threes in a row for him.
And the Panthers take the lead, 13-12.
You said this would be a close game, and of course it's too early to be sure that it will hold true, but pretty evenly matched teams.
10 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half here. There's a shot, and he's got it. Is it a 3? Nope, it's a 2.
Kind of a funny spin on that ball by
Nelson.
I think it was Casey Tart, wasn't it, on that shot?
23?
I think it was.
Devin Nelson is 23. Out of bounds. Casey who? I don't see a Casey Cart.
23. Casey, 20. You're right, 23. Yeah, Devin Nelson. We knew he'd get some playing time.
Good, all right.
We knew Casey Tart would get some playing time, too, for the Panthers.
That's what it does, okay. Inbound, there we go. Trenton Foreman, nope, doesn't go. He gets it knocked away.
Good defense, just verticality emphasized on that one by Casey Tart. Oh, we got him in the game.
14-13. Shots up, and nope, doesn't go. Nelson again trying to get one in there. Here's a quick one for Foreman, yeah.
Athnos pass, Foreman using his athleticism, and Westby needs a timeout. I think not just because of the score, but I think Daines needs a break. Good time for.
Is he looking tired down there, you think?
I think so. Good time for a 30-second timeout.
Shots up by Harris. That doesn't go, and got a penalty.
A blocking foul on the drive. If contact changes the rhythm, changes the direction, then you make the call. If it doesn't, probably stay off it.
Jack Healy in the lineup for the West Salem Panthers. There's the shot up and in. That's a three-pointer for Grass.
Yeah, Grass, 2 or 3 three-pointers he's got.
Westby takes the lead again, 17-15 now.
Westby now in a man-to-man. They've been switching with some 1-3-1, some packed man-to-man.
Doesn't go, and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, just kind of a throw that time, not a good shot.
Tyler
Marcoux, averaging 5 points a game, but just kind of threw that one up there.
Westby ball.
Got to square yourself up, swing the ball through.
Ward to Harris now. Harris goes inside to Daines. Daines with a shot. Nope, doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul.
A little bit of Bo Ryan swing offense with that UCLA cut and a screen right at the free throw line extended.
One of our sponsors tonight, American Family Insurance, and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. See Jim for protecting what you've achieved, so you can dream fearlessly. Jim is your star-certified American Family Insurance agent at 123 East Hamilton Street in West Salem. American Family Insurance. Protect carefully and dream fearlessly.
I always like coming to West Salem for football and for basketball. It's just a good culture here. Good people, good community-minded sponsors, good coaching staff.
Dane puts them both in. 19-15 now. West Salem needs to respond.
You see Dane's spent a lot of time with his shooting technique. Both good ball rotation, keeps his elbow in.
Grady Lazanese in the lineup, and there's a shot. Oh, doesn't go. Rebound, though, back to the Panthers. Here's Malachi Athnos with one, and talk about getting a roll.
There's a hometown roll, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
The rim was kind to Malachi Athnos.
19-18. Westby by 1 now. 7:50 left in the first half.
He got away with a travel, too.
There's Grass again. Got another one. Boy, is he having a night, huh?
You can see when the ball leaves his hand that it's going in or very close.
22-18.
Oh, nice.
Nice one there by Foreman.
You know, you talk about Malachi Athnos' shooting ability. We said he averages 17 points a game, but he's as good a passer, kind of like Koenig did for the Blue Goals.
Yeah, I believe he leads the team in assists, if I remember correctly.
But remember Koenig, how he'd score, but he'd also just make other players better with his ability to find open men?
Yeah, absolutely. They go inside to Foreman again. Gets knocked away. And there's a stumble.
There's
the kick.
There's the
out of bounds.
There's the 50-50 ball we talked about. You know, right there. Just going. You know, getting floor burns is kind of a badge of honor, and good players just dive in, and if they get their skin a little bit in trouble, if their skin is sore, well, they're going for the ball.
A little bit of a burn down there.
It's a badge of honor.
A little floor burn. Devontae Spears in the lineup, by the way, for Westby now. He's number 10. Athnos again gets it inside to Foreman.
Another good pass.
Wow. Foreman doing a good job of hanging on to it, too.
Missed a travel on that, too. Bob Consley says, hey, that was a travel.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it to me.
Yeah,
but
it was.
Surprised nobody saw that.
Of course, it's easy for us to say up here, but
true.
Sure looked like it, didn't it?
Harris now with the ball. Goes into Daines. Daines will dribble it and takes that shot. Doesn't go. A little too hard off the glass.
He was bothered a great deal by Foreman, too.
Here's Athnos all the way. Puts it in.
He's a slasher. Boy, good players like that. He can throw. He can find open men. He can slash. He can hit the three-point play. That's a whole package.
Panthers take the lead again. Here's Harris inside to Daines. Daines gets it knocked away, picks it back up. Daines will go to the hoop.
Ooh.
And a little,
I don't know.
In the lane too much? Is that a lane violation?
Yeah, but
Is that
got
what it
the
was?
ball. Got the ball knocked away, though, so the three-point.
No, it could be 3-second rule.
3-second rule starts again.
Is that right? Well, little quick 3 seconds then. 24-22, West Salem up by 2, 5:43 left in the first half. They have not had a timeout this whole half. How about that?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of surprising. You can't, no sense saving them. Oh.
Whoa, stolen away there. Casey Tart in the lineup, number 23 for West Salem.
That was not a good decision by Athnos.
The shot from way downtown, that throws up an air ball out of bounds. It's going to be, they're going to say it was off of Athnos, and it'll be Westby ball.
Yeah, that three-point shot was like what Michael Brutus used to do when he played at Westby, took him to the state tournament. His heels would be on the division line, he'd shoot the three and it would go in.
Just throw it up and it hit, huh?
Yeah.
Armbruster not able to get that one in.
Probably one of the better players that ever played at Westby was Mike Brutus. Was he ever incredible?
And Casey Hart takes it up, a little bit of a hook, doesn't go.
I like that little baby hook. Big kid too. I think McGuire Werner's got to shoot more of those little baby hooks when he's got big guys on him. You and I worked that game the other night.
Yeah.
He just was too intimidated by Terrence Thompson, didn't you think?
Harris for three. Got it.
I like that shot. right over the outstretched arms of Josh Hauser, too.
And the lead changes hands again. 25-24, Westby in the lead. Peterson over to Trenton and Foreman now. Round I'm gonna butcher this poor young man's name. Grady Lajeunesse?
Lajeunesse, I think. Lajeunesse.
Well, we apologize if we got it wrong. Armbruster to Grass, back up top to Harris. Now around it goes to Ward. And Ward drug his back foot, so he's going to get called for
I don't think he did.
a travel.
I don't think he
and
did.
a timeout. We're going to take a timeout, too, while they're doing it. So we'll do that. We'll be back right after this, everybody. It's high school basketball on KQEG 25-24 Westby.
It's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah!
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson. It is 25-24. Westby is up by 1. 4 minutes left in the half, and West Salem with the ball. Athnos back out to Hart. Hart will take the 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound comes to the no. I take that
nice
back.
Effort.
Trenton Foreman steals that away. What an effort on his part. And
you got to reward that. I'd give him 6 points on that instead of a field goal. Geez, for that effort,
I'd buy him a pop.
For that effort, you got to take that little clip out of your game film and show your team.
I think he got that rebound 2 or 3 times.
That's just quality play and great effort. Oh, my goodness.
Ward inside to Danes. Now Danes, he's got Hart on him. It makes it kind of hard for him to move anybody. Here's Athnos with the steal. Oh, got away from him. Out of bounds.
You know, Foreman might be my player of the game just based on that effort alone.
Is that right?
Oh,
he's
man,
having a good night.
Like
I got him with 10 points so far.
Yeah, he just I like the way he plays. You reward effort. You reward enthusiasm. Second efforts bring good results.
Harris with a 3-point shot. No, doesn't go. Look at the rebound by Foreman. He'll hand it off to Athnos. Now the 3-point shot, and he just makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
You used to say, don't go down the floor and shoot a 3 unless there's defensive player, unless your teammates are there. They don't do that anymore.
29-25 our score.
Right over Hunter Ward at 5'9". I think he said something to him. Athnos did too, which I
16 points for Athnos so far.
Don't really like, but looked like he did.
There's Ward for 3. Nope, air ball. Westby there for the rebound though. Now another 3-point attempt. That one goes. That's Grass with another 3. That's his 4th one tonight.
Yeah. Well, we said in the pregame that the Norsemen like the 3-point line.
Yeah. It's a 3-point battle here. 29-28 our score. West Salem still up by 1. Hauser opened it up tonight with a 3-pointer. Hasn't scored since, though.
Geez, the rate this game's going, I'm going to be home in time for my favorite show. You know what that is, don't you?
No, I don't.
SWAT.
Okay.
It's on at 9 o'clock on Thursdays, and I don't get home very often for it.
Okay. Well, you could DVR it, you know.
How do you do that?
Nice one.
And the big guy, Casey Tart, says, big guys can also shoot from 3.
No kidding. Nice shot. 32-28 our score now, down to 1:40. Panthers are in the lead. They tried to get it inside to Armbruster, but it gets knocked away.
Great hands by number 2, Grady Lajeunesse.
Hauser pulls up, back to Hart. There's a 3-pointer. Nope, not going to go. Rebound comes to the
Norse.
He felt it. He said, I did it last time, I can do it again.
Yeah. He said, I'm in the groove. I'm in the groove.
That's right.
Not the right groove. Armbruster goes to the hoop, puts it up, and they're saying no basket.
Oh, that was a shooting foul. Oh, my goodness.
No, that foul was before the shot.
Bob Constantly's got his hands over his head saying, what are you doing? He's right. He's right. It's a shooting foul. Oh, my goodness.
32-28. A minute 12 left. Westby with the ball. That foul was on Foreman. His first. There's Daines for two.
Oh, there's Daines. His inside play at 6'2", plays like he's 6'4", 6'6".
32-30. West Salem still in the lead. Around the outside, Hauser with the ball now. Trenton Foreman wants it. Athnos will take the shot, and he gets it.
2 times in a row, he gets a friendly rim roll.
I tell you, that young man has got the touch. 35-30
When you
now.
play on the road, you don't get those kinds of bounces.
Is that right? That's just a home bounce kind of thing?
You never do.
Here's Harris.
Good curl cut, too.
Back to Harris again. Drives in. Whoa, tries to pass it, and that looks to me like it's going to be off. It is off of Westby. Nelson, the Foreman thinking quickly, threw it off of Nelson and out of bounds. 29 seconds left here. 35-30 our score.
Devontae Spears, the sophomore, in the ball game now for the Westby Norsemen.
Number 10.
Yep, playing inside on the block. See if the Panthers.
Athnos,
he attacked too quickly, did Athnos.
Tries to bounce pass it there, and it gets taken away.
Now you give Westby a chance for a last-second shot.
6 seconds. 5, 4,
nice
3,
drive.
2. Not going to go. And there's the buzzer. So at the half, our score 35-30. West Salem Panthers are in the lead by 5. We'll take a break and be back in just a little bit, everybody. We'll see if we've got some stats for you. And so stick around. Stay there. 35-30 our score.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
KQEG TV invites you to the 9th annual Muscle Milk Midwest Players Basketball Classic.
Saturday, January 19th.
This year, 16 teams from Wisconsin and Minnesota will converge on the Lacrosse Center for an entire day of basketball.
Aquinas,
Central,
Kaukauna, Caledonia,
Onalaska,
and more.
16 teams.
3 defending state champs.
5 state finalists.
30 major college prospects.
High school basketball at its finest.
All games live streamed at KQEGTV.com and presented by Viterbo University.
For a complete schedule,
Go to MidwestPlayersClassic.com.
Adults $10, students $5, under 5 are free. Don't miss it. KQEG TV invites you to the 9th annual Muscle Milk Midwest Players Basketball Classic.
Saturday, January 19th.
This year, 16 teams from Wisconsin and Minnesota will converge on the Lacrosse Center for an entire day of basketball.
Aquinas,
Central,
Kaukauna, Caledonia,
Onalaska,
and more.
16 teams.
3 defending state champs.
5 state finalists.
30 major college prospects.
High school basketball at its finest.
All games live streamed at KQEGTV.com and presented by Viterbo University.
For a complete schedule,
Go to MidwestPlayersClassic.com.
Adults $10, students $5, under 5 are free. Don't miss it. KQEG TV invites Welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at West Salem High School. At the half, our score 35-30. Panthers are in the lead. Not a bad game here so far, huh, Terry?
Yeah, I like the style of play. Both teams kind of getting in their rhythm, going up and down the floor. As we said, didn't use a lot of timeouts, but went to the bench a lot to try to rest some of their people. So it was a good half.
It really was. Let's run down the scoring here for West Salem. Now, this is unofficial. I have Griffin Grass with 14 points, Zach Harris with 3, Armbruster with 4. I've got Danes with only 4 points so far, 1 field goal and 2 free throws, and Nelson with 2. And I'm missing a couple points in there somewhere, but as I said, unofficially, for West Salem, Malachi Athnos, what a night he's having. 5 threes so far in the first half. He has scored 19 points. He's already past his average, which is about 18 points.
He is. I mean, we talked about how complete he is. The only kind of issue with him is he's a complete player, except for the fact that he has a few turnovers that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's true. That little loss of focus at times, maybe. I don't know. Foreman, though, who I know you've been very impressed with, 10 points so far for him tonight.
Well, he's been so powerful inside. You talked about Danes not scoring much, and Danes, of course, leading the team in scoring with 16 points a game. One of the reasons is he hasn't got a lot of touches. They haven't had a lot of rebounds, but the inside play of Foreman and his teammates have really negated Danes' ability inside the paint.
Josh Hauser with 3 points, and then we also saw Casey Tart hit a three-pointer. So that rounds out to 35 points. So a pretty good game here so far. What do you think we should what's Westby going to have to do to get back into this?
First of all, Westby's relying on Grass. If it wasn't for his outside shooting, they would be in trouble with Danes not really getting in the scoring column. So Westby needs to figure out how to attack that defense, work on their offensive rebounding. Way back in the pregame, I said the concern that Bob constantly had was rebounding, and he was absolutely correct, because despite not having the stats right in front of us, the West Salem Panthers are dominating on the board. So in the second half, that outside game you can't live and die by the three-point. You can't live by the three-point line, because if you do, sometimes you go cold, you're in trouble.
You're right.
So number one, attacking the basket a little bit more to go to the free throw line, because when I looked at the stats earlier today, I noticed that the Westby was at the free throw line 117 times or something during the season, and they were ahead of. They've made that many, and more than teams have. Most teams have even attempted. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
That means they're attacking the basket a lot, and they need to do that in the second half. There's no doubt about it.
We'll see if they do. Our score at the half once again is 35-30. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with the second half of tonight's ball game right after this.
It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime on the
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West. Not every game's a winner,
You don't
but
have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Byer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
To the 9th annual Muscle Milk Midwest Players Basketball Classic.
Saturday, January 19th.
This year, 16 teams from Wisconsin and Minnesota will converge on the Lacrosse Center for an entire day of basketball.
Aquinas,
Central,
Kaukauna, Caledonia,
Onalaska,
and more.
16 teams.
3 defending state champs.
5 state finalists.
30 major college prospects.
High school basketball at its finest.
All games live streamed at KQEGTV.com and presented by Viterbo University.
For a complete schedule,
Go to MidwestPlayersClassic.com.
Adults $10, students $5, under 5 are free. Don't miss it. KQEG.
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson, and we are just about ready to kick off the second half here. West Salem in the lead, 35-30 over the Westby Norse. 18 minutes of basketball ready to go.
I expect not a lot of changes, knowing the approach of the two head coaches. So I think we're going to see basically the same defensive strategy. We'll see, though, if Westby gets a little more aggressive in challenging the West Salem defense.
Here's Danes underneath with the ball. Has to come back out with it to Ward. Ward will find Armbruster, puts it up, and there's 2.
Armbruster, good. That's what good ball rotation does. Get away from the double team. Swing it. Find the open man. Good job by the Norsemen.
35-32 now. This is Dunham. Dunham back in the lineup. He got into a little bit of foul trouble, picked up 2 quick ones. They
nice
spent a lot of time on the bench.
Game. Off a turnover, kind of like the Blue Gold girls do. Every turnover, they seem to score on, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's Hunter Ward, his first field goal tonight. Athnos to Dunham. He'll take the shot, and
I
boom.
like that.
And that's a 3-pointer.
Sets up well, like his dad used to do, who played for the Logan Rangers a few years ago.
Mitchell Dunham, 38-34 now. Panthers by 4. Trying to get it inside to Danes. He'll try to
double teamed immediately.
I know. They're right on him.
Still powered it up, and look at that. He got his rebound.
Yeah.
He got his rebound. Oh.
I didn't think that was a foul.
Ooh, and it was called by the trail official away from the play. Looked pretty clean, didn't it?
They're going to say Foreman was the offender there. I thought it was pretty clean block, but okay. And Dane misses it. Boy, he's not having his best night tonight, is he?
Well, he's the kind of player you watch, though.
I'm watching.
16 minutes left.
Missed them both.
We'll see the best side of Ryan Danes before the night's over.
38-34. Panthers in the lead by 4. Here's Hauser for 3. Not that time. Rebound comes to the to Westby. Hauser hit a three-pointer very early in the game in the first 30 seconds. He has not repeated that the rest of the game.
Teammates have to know when a player shoots, you have to have that instinct and then crash the boards.
You're right. Armbruster. Nope. Off the rim it comes. Athnos with the rebound.
Only one red jersey there, too. Danes.
Here's Foreman.
Oh,
into
I like
the hoop.
that. I like that
wow,
move.
what a move.
You know what was good about that? He went right by Dunham, making sure he didn't charge, and scored.
Panthers open up a 6-point lead. Here's the steal.
Check that. It went by Gluck on me and scored.
Dunham now in the corner to Hauser. Back to Dunham again. Back to Hauser. Dunham will hand it off. Here's Hauser with it. Back to Dunham.
Man to man. Oh, nice move. Yeah.
Dunham.
Just parted the Red Sea, went right down the middle of the lane, and that's poor defense.
42-34.
That will be addressed by Westby, like
Maybe
now
right
on this timeout.
Yeah. 42-34, our score. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this, everybody, on KQEG TV.
Turn that frown into a smile. Stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
It's a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You know that Boyer's is a small family.
What a nice pass by number 5,
Harris.
Alec Gluck. Beautiful pass.
Oh, okay.
Head coach Steve Kasserschmidt didn't really like that turnover.
42-36 our score.
Devin Nelson set to check in for the Norsemen. Little half court set. Trying to get a good shot for Westby.
Out of bounds. Stays with Westby. Comes in. Here's Danes.
A good move.
And he'll get the foul, too.
Yeah, there's a good move, too. Got the defense on his back and used his strength and power and took the ball right to the basket. Got to have more from Ryan Danes here in the second half.
Marcoux that time was the offending Panther.
Boy, he hasn't looked good on any of his free throws.
Well, he's 2
hurt.
out of 5 so far.
Kind of hurrying him a little bit.
Athnos, whoa.
Athnos challenged the Westby defense, drew body contact, and still scored.
44-38. West Salem in the lead. Danes now underneath, kicks it back out.
I like that pass.
Armbruster.
Unselfish pass. When you double team from block to block, somebody's going to be open, and Danes found him.
44-40 now. Panthers up by 4.
Armbruster, I like the way he plays, too, at 6'2" junior. One of few starters, few returning Norsemen back next year.
Hauser makes a move to the basket, puts one up and in.
Danes came over to play defense, and so he just pulled up and took that mid-range jump shot.
46-40. Panthers in the lead, 13:44 left. Here's Gluck. That goes over to grass now.
Good teams swing the ball. Front to side, side to front, front to the other side. Keep moving the ball.
Gluck with a shot for three, and he got it.
He had a great football season, did Alex Gluck, and he looks good with his three-point shot.
46-43, three-point difference now. Athnos with the ball to Hauser. Hauser lines it up, takes a three-point shot, doesn't go. Rebound comes to Gluck, and back the other way we go. Armbruster drives to the basket, puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound by Hauser.
Just overlaid, beat Foreman too with an easy dribble. Should have had that.
Three-point shot is up. No, not that time. Marcoux couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, didn't look good on that shot. Probably should have taken an extra pass or a dribble to the basket.
Coach Kastenschmidt says, hey, get under the basket. Where's our rebounding? 12 minutes, 40 seconds left as Gluck brings it down. 46-43, Panthers up by 3. Daines to Nelson. Here's Gluck with the ball. Goes inside to Daines. Daines against Hauser and puts it up and in.
Daines using his
and
muscle inside.
What a move by Daines. 1-point game now. Westby with a chance to tie it up. So we mentioned that Daines is 2 out of 5 from the line. There you go. He hit one. Make it 3 out of 6. Which is unusual for him because I think he's better than a 50% free throw shooter.
He sure powers his way up nicely with a 6'2" frame.
All tied up here. Hauser with a nice move. Oh, he didn't go, though. Yeah. Nice move on his part.
Pretty move, yeah, but just didn't finish.
Here's Gluck bringing it down for Westby. Under 12 minutes now. Armbruster. Gluck again. To Daines. Westby working it around the outside, looking for a chance to drive. There they get it into Daines again. He just moves around. Oh, nice block by Athnos. Knocked it out of Daines' hand. Dunham to Hauser, back to Dunham. Now in the corner. Here's Foreman. Drives the basket, draws the foul. That's going to be on Daines, I believe, Terry.
Yeah. Daines got beat off the dribble and had to foul.
First foul for Daines.
Hunter Lipsky in the game. Griffin Grass takes a break.
There we go. Marcoux gets 2.
Good entry pass. Good no call, too.
West Salem again back in the lead by 2, 48-46. Armbruster to Lipsky. Back to Armbruster. Here's Gluck with the ball. Inside to Daines they go. Back to Gluck again. He'll take the 3. Off the rim it comes. Hauser. No, Daines picks up the rebound. Lipsky again. Now to Daines. Daines will drive the hoop. Puts it up. Rebound to Trent Foreman this time.
Should have used a glass on that too, Rick. And I think he didn't make up his mind till he was in the middle of the shot.
Dunham for 3. Doesn't go. Who's going to get that rebound? It looks like Westby. Nope. Athnos. Nope. Westby. Nope. Athnos. Somebody ought to call a jump ball. Instead, they call a timeout. All right. Well, I guess that's the next best thing, huh?
Bob Consley says, did they have control? Why are you giving them a timeout if they didn't have control? Yeah.
Well,
those are hard calls.
I think they heard Rick needed to do a sponsorship thing here. Want to thank Union State Bank of West Salem. They're proud to support West Salem athletics. Union State Bank is a hometown community bank serving families and businesses in the Cooley region. For all of your banking needs, make it Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC. And if you get a chance, you go down there and see the remodeling that's going on down there at downtown Union State Bank. They're tearing down a wall, putting up some new stuff,
I hear it's going to be pretty nice when they're finished. Some friends of mine bank there.
48-46, West Salem up by 2. Athnos with the ball. Boy, he's a good ball handler too, isn't he? Foreman puts up a long one. And now they're going to call a foul there. Somebody was reaching over somebody, I think. Marcoux picks up the second one, I guess. West Salem with 4 team fouls. Norse with only 1. Here's Gluck with the ball now. All the way across. There's Ward with a shot, and no, doesn't go, but Danes has the rebound.
Danes with a good rebound, too. And he basically, with his positioning, he got Tyler Marcoux on his back, and the result will be 2 free throws.
That's the 3rd foul on Marcoux. We're probably going to see him come out pretty soon here. Danes puts one up. He's got it. Boy. Just kind of rolls around, though.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best free throw shooting technique. If he's got any flaws at all, which is hard to find, that might be one. No, maybe not.
I think he's found the range.
Started out slow, but he's kind of found it now, hasn't he?
Yeah, we're tied back up again here. 48-48. Athnos with the ball for the Panthers. Foreman to Dunham. He's going to try for 3. He got it.
Yeah, done late closeout, too, by Danes. And that's a difficult shot. Dunham looks really comfortable from the side.
He does. He looked pretty good there hitting that one. Mitchell Dunham with 8 points now in the second half. Didn't get a lot of play time in the first half. That's Ward for 3.
Yeah, that looked good. Little inside-out action. Danes finding the open man on the opposite side.
Excuse me, that was Grass, not Ward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Grass.
Different Grass.
Grass with another 3-pointer. I think he had 4 at halftime. Ooh, not much contact there, but Foreman says, I'll take it.
Foreman put that one in?
Yeah.
53-51 now. West Salem by 2 and a chance to add another one here. That foul was on Gluck. He's got 2. Foreman with 14 points. There's make it 15. (54-51). West Salem by 3. This is Gluck with the ball. Shot up by Grass, doesn't go. And the rebound comes to Panthers. Feed inside to Marcoux. He'll put that one up and in.
Marcoux looks strong inside.
Very nice.
Yeah. Wide open, had the defense on his back, and
feed by Healy.
Yeah, powered up. Will use the glass nicely.
(56-51). Danes again. There we go. Danes for 2.
That's what happens when you throw block to block. Find Danes open. Easy 2.
He's having a much better second half than he did first half.
Well, you
Hauser to
that
Foreman.
Was part of it.
Nope, no basket, but a foul.
Oh, that might have been shooting too. Hard to tell, but that's close.
Going to put that on Nelson on number 23. Yep. West Salem ball. Here's Hauser back in the lineup. Athnos. Hauser back to Athnos. In the corner. Shots up. Got it. And boy, they all can hit 3-pointers, can't they?
Yeah, when you're wide open like that. Freshman Jack Healy on that.
Yeah.
Pretty excited for himself when he made that shot. Good for him.
Go back inside, have to come back out again. And there's a 2-pointer.
Mid-range jump shot by
Nelson.
Nelson, number 23, Devin Nelson, the 6'1 junior.
59-55 our score. Hauser Drives, feeds Marcoux. Marcoux comes back out again. There's a three-point shot again. Jack Healy.
Healy said, I'm only a freshman, but hey, come on. I could play, and he surely shows he can.
Feed me, feed me. 62-55 now. Panthers up by 7. Down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Second half here.
An empty trip this time, and the Norsemen need a timeout.
Oops, Spears. Nope, bounced off of somebody's leg. Nelson picked it up. Here's Gluck with it again. Into Daines. Daines has to kick it back out. Spears now. Gluck again. Takes the shot. Off the rim. Rebound to Athnos. Here comes Athnos on the run. He's got 2.
Breakaway speed, and the Norsemen need a timeout.
They sure do. 64-55 now. It's a 9-point game for the West Salem Panthers, and one of our sponsors tonight is Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services. They've been serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years now. Traditional services or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. Schumacher Kish in La Crosse, La Crescent, and in Onalaska. Well, this is the kind of exciting game I was hoping for tonight.
Well, without you weren't too hesitant. You said at the beginning of the game, this is going to be close.
Yeah.
You were right.
So far.
2 well-coached teams, good talent.
Now we got to mention tomorrow night, doubleheader. I think we mentioned this. Central is at Onalaska, big game. 5:45 start for the girls. If you want a seat, folks, you better come for the girls' game or there won't be a seat for the boys' game. Next week we've got Monday night, Menominee at Holman. Tuesday night, Aquinas at Logan. Thursday night, that's girls. Thursday, Aquinas at Logan boys. And then Friday night, we have the La Crosse Fairground Speedway Banquet. We'll be streaming that live on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday, 8 basketball games in a row. You ready for that, Terry?
Of course I am. I'm going to be working one of them, but I'll be with you for the majority of them. And
Midwest Players Classic.
I'll also be on Thursday, Aquinas at Logan boys. I'll be with you for that game.
Should be fun. 64-55 now. 6 minutes and 16 seconds left. Westby with the ball. Armbruster looking for someone to throw it to. Finds Gluck. Shots up and good by Nelson.
Good timeout. Designed play. Nelson with a mid-range jump shot and bringing the Norsemen back in the game.
64-57 now. Athnos. Back in the corner. Back out to Athnos. Back to the corner again. Here's Healy again with another three-point shot. This young man is hot tonight.
He's working himself into the starting lineup.
I think you're right.
He's sending a message here to the West Salem fans.
67-57. Daines down low. Back out it goes. Nelson now to Gluck. Here's Nelson. Nope. Nowhere to go with that one. Armbruster. Back to Nelson. He goes inside to Daines. Daines back out again to Gluck for 3. No. Off the front of the rim. Rebound to Healy. And he hands it after Athnos.
Let's see how smart the Panthers are in the half-court game. Up 67, up by 10. And they start out with a turnover.
Dane pops that away and then gets a 2-point shot.
10 lead, under 5 minutes. And this is about how smart you are with the ball.
67-59 now. Panthers in the lead. Here's Foreman for 3.
Oh, and Foreman says,
I
hey, I can take a shot from the outside too. 70-59.
These guys are hitting those three-pointers like crazy. Armbruster with the ball.
With Foreman, inside-out player.
I think I know who your player of the game is going to be then.
It might be.
Armbruster underneath. Backward layup, puts it up and in. Nice move.
Couldn't use the glass unless he kind of had a bit of a fancy touch to it, and turns out to be 2.
70-61, 4:08 left. This is Hauser. Back to Marcoux, tries to go inside to Foreman, and they're going to say Westby stepped out. So, West Salem ball, 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. Ooh, the feed is, there's a battle for that one. They're going to call it a jump ball, I believe. Possession arrow is to West Salem.
Not sure Foreman was open on that. Not
no,
the best.
I think they kind of tried to squeeze that in there, didn't they? Inbound to Hauser, back to Foreman underneath, and a foul. Well, that should be, let's see, that's 4 fouls for Westby. That one will be on grass.
See if the Panthers.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's right, grass.
Panthers can.
Athnos for 3, got it again.
3 of his threes have been kind of peculiar, unorthodox spins and bounces.
But they go in. He's had 6 threes so far tonight. Here's Daines back out again to Armbruster. Now Nelson. Good ball movement by the Norse. They can't seem to find an open shot. There it is. And not going to go, but Daines with the rebound and a putback. Nice effort by Daines.
He muscled that right over Marcoux.
73-63, 10-point game for the Panthers.
No shot clock in high school basketball, so let's see how smart the West Salem Panthers are with a 10-point lead with 3 minutes.
They're going to call a foul on Daines.
Sometimes it just amazes me that players do not understand and protect a lead. Let's see if the Panthers can do that. There's no need to rush a shot. You don't go into a stall necessarily, but you take good shots.
Athnos, didn't go that time.
And you're in no hurry. Oh.
Gluck with the ball. Now down to Armbruster. He'll take the shot. Got it.
Well, a bad shot on one end results in an easy shot on the other.
73-65 now. Panthers up by 8. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. This young man, that freshman that came in, has really kind of been sort of a second half star in Healy.
Sure has. It's been a spark
3 3-pointers. (73-65). That foul was on Daines. That was his 3rd. Here's Hauser. Drives in, puts it up, and no, doesn't get it. Rebound to Athnos, though. Back to Trent Foreman, and he'll put it in for 2 and get a foul.
Foreman made it happen. Foreman kept it alive on the first one and then converts on the second one.
75-65, 2 minutes, 26 seconds left. You're going to see Dunham come back in. Dunham will come in for Healy. Healy gets a round of applause as he steps out.
Should get a standing round of applause.
Standing, oh yeah. All right, here's Foreman. That was Armbruster picked up the foul. Ooh, in and out. (75-65). Panthers up by 10. Long ball, doesn't go. Comes off the rim to Hauser, and the Panthers have it again. We're down to about 2 minutes left. Westby should be in panic mode, I would think, about now.
Yeah, they should be. And a little bit of gambling.
Yep, just like Daines did right there. He went for the ball.
Not
didn't
overly gambling, but certainly a sense of urgency.
Marcoux out to Athnos. Athnos will drive right in. Pooh, he gets nailed on the way in there, and there's a foul.
Yeah, good attack and in the right foul. Number 23 was a little late getting there. That's Devin Nelson, and gets charged with a blocking foul. Good call.
Another one of our sponsors today is Allied Cooperative. They've got the products you need from the people you trust, all close to home. From agronomy, feed and grain to LP and refined fuels to Ace Hardware and Cenex, Allied Cooperative. Now that's something to cheer about. Athnos makes the first one. And the second one. (77-65). West Salem opening up a 12-point lead.
Nice pass.
Daines. Oh, he doesn't get it.
He doesn't miss many of them.
No, he doesn't. That should have been in.
Alex Gluck with a great interior pass.
Athnos with the ball. Minute 20 left.
All the Panthers need to know.
Foreman nails a three-pointer.
I'm not sure the coach wanted that, but I was going to say all you got to do now is be smart, protect the ball, get good shots.
80-65. West Salem by 15. Gluck now comes back out to Armbruster. Here's Nelson. Armbruster again. He'll take the three-point shot. He's got it.
And Westby takes a timeout.
Holy smoke. So it's 80-68 now, our score, with about 53 seconds left. We talked a little bit about the Midwest Players Classic, but folks, I got to tell you, it starts at about 9 o'clock in the morning. The Aquinas girls will take on Hayward. Then it'll be followed by Logan boys at versus Kaukauna. The Ghosts, don't they call them the Galloping Ghosts? Aquinas will take on La Crescent. Caledonia versus Mineral Point. Central will play Minnehaha. And the last game of the night will be Onalaska versus Oconomowoc.
Oconomowoc, right. They added a game this year.
Yeah, they added two more teams in a game.
And I think the same thing will hold true next year. I already have the date on my calendar for 2020.
They're not going to add two more teams.
No,
no.
They're not.
Oh, I hope not. The way you said that, it'll hold true again next year. Come on.
It's like I got to work another game. You enjoy that.
You got to tell me what game you're working so I can find somebody else.
I will do that, sir.
All right, we got to figure out our schedule. I got news for you. I'm not doing all 8 games.
And
I wouldn't have a voice left by the end of it.
What impresses me is you work most of the games on a Saturday at the Midwest Players Classic, and then you sing in the church choir on Sunday.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, my God. You're a Renaissance man.
See, do I have to do that? I don't think I have it that Sunday, though. All right, West Salem with the ball now. 80-68, 50 seconds left. This is Foreman. Should be a foul coming up here pretty quick. They'll foul no, they don't want to foul Athnos.
Some coaches at this juncture in the game with this kind of a lead don't foul.
Hauser would be the guy to foul, I think.
But Galuk picks up a foul, and Josh Hauser, averaging 12 points a game, gets to the line.
He's got 6 so far. See if he can help out the cause. And 2, he hits both of them. (82-68), and a quick basket down at the other end by Gluck. And a whistle.
And Danes with a quick foul.
82-70. Danes picks up number 4. Athnos back at the line. Hits the first one. 3 for 3 so far from the line for Athnos. And again. (84-70). 22 seconds left. Spears inside to Danes. Danes puts it up and gets 2.
Easy 2, and the West Salem defense just allowing that.
They'll take the foul again. Down to 11 seconds left.
About time to pull out the white handkerchief and call it a night, huh?
Yeah, I think. The way it's looking, West Salem will finish up here tonight, 4-2 in conference, and I think that moves them into second place as Westby falls to 3-2, and that would put them, I think, in third place.
Yeah, and of course the Gale Electric Trempealeau Redhawks are again leading the conference.
Yep, but it's close.
Playing Logan tonight, by the way,
are
too,
they?
In Galesville. So
Hauser makes the second one.
Interesting to see what Team Logan brings to that game. Sometimes they haven't brought their best effort.
Shot by Nelson, off the rim. Rebound comes to Foreman, and he'll just hang on to it. And that brings us to the end of tonight's game. And our final score tonight, 85-72. What do you think, Terry?
Well, I think if you're into the numbers game, for example, on an 85 points scored by West Salem, it's the most points they've scored the entire season. They scored 81 in a win over 88 in a win over Neilsville. And if you're in the numbers game in your Westby, it's a point of concern because allowing that many points. The most points they allowed coming in to tonight's game was 70, or check that, I mean 56 against Kickapoo. So allowing that many points and kind of not showing up with their best defensive effort is a point of concern for Bob Constantly and the Westby Norsemen.
Well, now you think about your players of the game. I'll run down the scoring real quick. For Westby, the scoring led by Gaines with 19 points, and I'll tell you, 15 of them in the second half.
Yeah, Daines did not really play well in the first half, as you said.
Armbruster with 17 points. Grass with 17 points tonight. Gluck with 8, 2 points for Hunter Ward, and 6 points for Nelson. On the other side here for West Salem, the scoring led by Malachi Athnos with 30 points tonight. That's a season high for him so far. 23 points for Trent Foreman, and I believe that is probably a season. Well, he had 30 points earlier this year against Neelsville, I think it was. So but 23 points, quite an effort for him tonight too. And then we've got Healy, who came in and scored 3 3-pointers. He's got 9. 8 points then for Mitchell Dunham, 8 points for Josh Hauser, 4 points for Tyler Marcoux, and 3 points for Casey Tart. Is that right? Casey Tart, I'm sorry. So there's your scoring. What are you thinking about player of the game?
Well, I'm going to, for West Salem, first of all, I want to just again mention that Jack Healy, a freshman, played extremely well off the bench, and I hope he watches this rebroadcast because he deserves us making mention of his effort. You know, you talked about Malachi Athnos, and I did in the pregame, averaging 17 points a game and having 30 points. But I'll tell you, he's got to share that award, in my view, with Trenton Foreman, who played just an incredible all-around game, rebounding, effort, averaging 13 points a game. But in this game, played extremely well.
I have to agree with you on that. Did a great job. What about for Westby?
Well, you mentioned Daines played extremely well in the second half, and I told you his true colors would come through, and they did. But I think overall, I like the way Griffin Grass played.
Yeah.
We talked about his three-point shooting, the 6-foot senior averaging 11 points a game, but just really kept him in the game with his outside shooting, so he will be my Norseman player.
He kept him in the game in that first half. He only had 3 points in the second half, but he kept him alive in the first half because Daines certainly wasn't there. So I'd agree with you on that. We'll go with Grass then for the Westby Norse. Well, our final score here once again, folks, 85-72. West Salem wins it tonight. They will go on to play Viroqua next, and then I think they've got Arcadia after that. Westby now goes to 3-2 in conference, 7-4 overall. They will go on to play Royal next, and then after that they take on Black River Falls as they get back into the conference.
Well, I really think it's a big win for Westby, and if you didn't hear my comments at the beginning of the game for
a big win for West Salem,
because of their loss to GET by 1 point last Friday. So this is a big win for them, and after that emotional loss, and it's certainly a big loss in my view for Westby because they typically don't play that kind of defense, but they have a chance to regroup in a non-conference game on Monday against Royal before they step back into Cooley Conference play on Friday against Black River Falls.
All right, folks, so that's it. Our final score, 85-72. The West Salem Panthers win it tonight. For Terry Erickson, I'm Rick Wilson. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till tomorrow night, we'll see you on the TV.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 in West Salem. And Allied Cooperative in Tomah, West Salem, and Arcadia. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Westby Norse and the West Salem Panthers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in